Hey everyone, today I'm going to give you an unboxing and review of the MSI R9 390 Gaming 8GB graphics card. So let's get started with the box. As you can see on the front of the box, it's just pretty much what I just said, and you've got the special features of the card at the bottom. Now at the back you just have a brief overview, which is basically what is on MSI's website, including the memory bus, the memory size, and the GPU in the specifications box, and all the stuff that they list in the features box, which is pretty standard for most modern cards. It also comes with a gaming app and the Zero Frozzer fan cooling system. So let's get it open. Now the first thing I noticed about this is that the box is a slightly different texture to my previous box I opened, the ASUS 280X. It's got slightly rough texture. So inside the box, below this thin layer of foam, we have the CD, which nobody uses anymore, don't know why they bother including it. A little, like, manual, no not manual, it's like a, I don't know, an esports sort of leaflet thing. This is the quick guide. So it's got a software installation and package contents in this thing. And we have a little box here, which just includes it's got 8 pins on the male side and 6 pins on the female side over there. So that's the adapter. And then we have the card itself, which is lined with very thick, as you can see, foam padding. If we get that out of the way, let's have a look at the card quickly. So on the anti-static bag, you can see that it has the MSI slogan and stuff, which is quite a nice touch. It's not just a standard anti-static bag. And if we open it up, we can have a look at the card itself. Sorry about that. Right, here we go. And this is the MSI R9 390. Now first things first, you've got to peel off this plastic protection sticker. Okay, right. Now, in here we've got this is the red is plastic, the black is aluminium probably, but it feels metallic, and on the back we've got the back plate with the MSI gaming logo and a subtle MSI logo over here. It comes protected, it protects the PCI and all the inputs on the back, outputs at the back. So if we have a look at the outputs, we've got 2 DVI-Ds, 1 HDMI and 1 DisplayPort. So yeah, that's pretty much what the card looks like. It's a red and black, as MSI is a red and black sort of company. And we've got the back plate, which is a nice touch. I like seeing back plates. It gives it a nice, easier to clean, and it gives it a nice look, because you don't really see that side of the card, unfortunately, as it goes into the case like that. So that's pretty much all you see. So you've got the MSI logo and a couple of red notches that come from the pattern. You see the heat sinks, you see the power connector, and you see the back plate. That's pretty much it. And what you do notice is that this is the end of the slot that goes into the PCI bracket on your case. Now, this actually protrudes about 1 inch or so outside, so it's actually slightly wider card than standard. And if you have a look, you can see that the heat sinks actually cool the VRMs by touching it directly, not just using thermal pads, which means you should get better cooling and better overclockability. So I'm just going to insert this into my case and give you a little tour. Right, okay, so now I've got it installed in my case. I'll just give you a quick little video snapshot of what it looks like. So as I was saying about the PCB extending over 1 inch more than the slot that goes into the case, it was actually quite difficult to screw in these screws to hold the graphics card into the case. So I needed to like twiddle them with my thumbs and then use a screwdriver to tighten them a bit more, but that's not a problem. So it looks pretty darn awesome. As you can see, if you have a look there, you can see it actually takes up 3 slots basically. So that's 1 slot, 2 slot, and then this is the 3rd slot where the heatsink and case and the card fans actually just hang over the 3rd slot. But if you have a look below, you might be able to get a thin card in there, something that doesn't have much height, but then there wouldn't be much air room for the graphics card to breathe. So wouldn't recommend it, but if you're going to have a card this big and you have something else you need to plug in, then you'll probably have a motherboard that's bigger. This is an ATX motherboard, so you can use a last slot, as you can see there. So that's pretty much it. So now I'm just going to get onto the benchmarks and yeah, see how this performs in games. For games without inbuilt benchmarks, I'm going to show you the recording of the scene or scenes that I played through in game. I didn't use any results from this scene because obviously recording using fraps lowers the frame rate quite significantly, so the results are without recording, but I'll just give you a glimpse of what I did to get the results. Right, so I hope that's been a little bit of help to you guys. If I've managed to persuade you to pick this card over a similar price card, such as the GTX 970, then hit that like button. If you didn't like what I did, then dislike it. If you want to see more of what I do, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again in a later video. I will be uploading a GTA 5 benchmark on using this card. And the reason why I haven't now is because patch 1.28 has just come out, and there are a bit of performance issues, so I'll wait till Rockstar fixes those issues, and then once we've got that fix, I'll post a separate video with GTA 5 benchmarks, and we will see how this card performs there. So see you all soon.